Hey, juniors, before we get started today, I just wanted to talk about kind of our big picture on what's coming up this month. So, next week and the following week on Tuesdays during CCR, we will be launching everything for registration or scheduling for senior year. So, the senior year schedules are really the most complicated because there's just the most nuances, a lot of different personalization going on for you guys as you're kind of taking that last lap in high school. So that is what we're doing the next two CCRs. So really, today is our only time this month to kind of think more of that big picture planning that we've been dabbling with in November and a little bit into December. So we're going to dive into this more in our couple of meetings that we have in February, but really um, the second semester here goes pretty fast. So I just want to make sure you guys all have this tool available to you and you know how to start diving into some of your research. So as a junior, just kind of looking at the next 12 months here. Um, you've got plenty of time to put your plans into place. Do not take this like you need to be figuring everything out right this second. However, I just want to kind of give you the overall timeline. And just this is a refresher, but also it's a little bit more of a reality now. So I want you to have it kind of on the front of your mind. But when you come back from summer break and you are, it's August, September, if you are planning to apply to a four-year university, your application season, as we sometimes call it, really begins shortly after you get back from summer. So typically deadlines to apply to colleges is between the early deadlines are around November 1st. Most of them will be completed by you guys in that first semester of your senior year. So um, ideally, you want to be able to walk into your senior year, not with, for certain knowing what you're going to do by any means, but you're going to want to start to have it kind of narrowed down. Now, the beauty of that is we're 9 months away from that still. And right now, you are not in a position that you have to make decisions. So, this semester and really your next 9 months is more about adding different options, adding different ideas, expanding what those possibilities might be. So, you might have three ideas of what you want to do after high school. That's great. Um, let's say where you want to apply. You want to apply to maybe U of I and Iowa. Well, maybe this next few months is you looking for four additional schools so that you have a nice, a few more options before you go into that application season. If you're planning on going into community college, we're going to talk more about that this semester, but you're going to probably want to look at not just automatically Rock Valley, which sometimes that is the case, but you're going to want to look at maybe what some of the other options are as well. So in my mind, excuse me, in this semester, we're really expanding what our options are so that by the time you get here in August, September, we're really starting to narrow things down and put some things into place. So, one of my favorite ways to kind of uh, kind of go through that process is using a tool on Xello. So, I want you guys to just get some familiarity with this today. So, if you go to the Explore button up here at the top, the spaceship, and then you go to colleges. All right. So this tool looks really basic at first glance, but there is so much in here. It's really great. First step you need to do is go to more filters. Okay, so now this just opened up a whole lot more different variables that we're going to kind of play around with. So first step, you're going to want to put in some states. So let's say you're wanting to stay in Illinois. Maybe you are okay venturing into Wisconsin. Let's just say, let's go ahead and put Iowa. Those are kind of our three most common. Let's throw in Missouri. So you can put as many states or as few states as you would like in this first box. The next one, cost per year. There's so much unknown with that. I usually just leave that blank. If you're interested in specific minority serving schools, you can select those here. I will say it is probably better if you're not sure on something to just kind of keep it broad, so that you don't narrow your search down too much. The next one is going to ask you about enrollment. How large of a school are you looking at? If you're looking at, you're okay with everything but the tiny ones, then you can just go ahead and put medium and large. Campus setting, this is going to be like what type of town it's in. Urban would be, of course, like city, like downtown Chicago, whereas suburban would incorporate, those towns outside of the cities. And of course, we've got small town and rural. So I'm just going to pretend for a second I want anything except a huge city. Type is asking for type of institution, public or private. At this juncture, we're going to spend more time working on this in like smaller groups throughout February, but you can select public or private, whatever you prefer. This is a really important one, the program length. This is where you can look for 2-year programs, or you can look for specific 4-year programs, because not all of them have the same requirements. Also, this is something we can work on individually if you're really just unsure what's the best fit for you. Areas of study. So this is where you're going to put in any information that's going to help. You could put down skilled trades right here. Let's just say I'm interested in business or education. I'm going to put those two down. Selectivity. This element right here is talking about like how difficult it is to get admitted into a school. And, this is going to kind of depend on how competitive of a school you want to go to, but also what kind of GPA and ACT/SAT score you have. So you can kind of play around with this as well and just select schools in whatever range you think you might be looking at. If you know your GPA, these are really big GPA windows here. So these are like 3.0 to 4.0 is the highest one, so it doesn't go any more specific than that. If you know your practice ACT score, you could stick that in there. The other thing is, if you know you are going to want to look at a sport, that would also be something you can look at. So from here, let's see, my screen share is making me unable to see my results. There we go. I put in a whole bunch of stuff and it gave me 10 schools that are possible. All right. I might want to go back and adjust some of my criteria if I want more than 10 schools to be able to look at. But I don't want you to stop at this point yet. Once you get your list, again, you can manipulate that, take away some things. Maybe I want to take away how selective and then see if I can get some more schools to pop up. Let's just take a look though I'm going to look at Iowa State, for example. Once you get inside the school information here, see, there's just so much great information that is very worth spending some time really kind of diving in here. So it'll even give you some schools that are similar to that, what majors they actually have. You can also go more into depth on the ethnicity of the student body, how many students are undergrad versus grads, the gender makeup, average starting salary for graduates who attend the school. And there's just more and more. There's so much information. The application information is super interesting. You can tell that about 20,000 students are accepted every year and 22,000 apply. So it's a really high acceptance rate. And then you can also see what the average GPA is of students who are applying there. So then going down further, there's information on what division of NCAA the school is, and also that cost breakdown as well. Of course, then this is like a campus map, which is pretty cool too. You can also toggle over all these things based on these little tabs at the top as well, if you want to go straight over to a specific area. So a good starting point would be for you guys to start to put a heart on those schools that you think you want to either look into or potentially, let's see, my 9 schools. If you want to look into or just do some more research or possibly end up applying to. So for today, our goal is just for you guys to have some fun with this. After you've kind of looked at what the Xello resources show you, I would also maybe venture into the website for the school itself, because that's going to have a lot of really specific information for you as well. So play around with this, heart some of the schools that you're thinking about. If you're thinking 2-year or trades, they have a whole bunch of programs in here for that too. This is not just for 4-year. So for now, let's I'll let you guys go and see you later.